Okay, this is obviously not the most flattering angle, but let me tell you why I'm squatting like this. It all started a while back. I was on YouTube doing what I'm usually doing, watching dog grooming videos, when out of the corner of my eye, I saw a video that was being recommended to me. Squatting. Squatting? I clicked it, thinking there must be something more to it.
I'm simply talking about getting into a squat position, a resting squat, sometimes it's called a primal squat or a deep squat, every single day.
Nope, it's really just squatting. What did I possibly do to end up on this end of the algorithm? I decided to dig in deeper, and I was shocked to find video after video after video of weird men espousing the health benefits of squatting.
Healthier knees, healthier ankles, healthier back, better health of your lower body, better lymphatic health, better circulation.
Holy shit. All this from just squatting? Had everyone been squatting this whole time without telling me? I did some light Googling to see what the internet said about this. Besides rejecting my college application, USC also claims that squatting can help reduce the negative effects of a sedentary lifestyle. I was still skeptical, so I called Dr. Bahram Jam to see what he had to say about this.
In my humble opinion, we should sit on the floor every day. It's the ultimate sign of resilience to be able to sit on the floor, right, and get back up again. Oops, yeah, I'm holding a phone.
What are the kind of studies or other scientific research that kind of backs up the benefits of squatting?
It's hard to do scientific studies on this, but what we do know from lots and lots of animal studies and human studies, when joints are stressed, the cartilage is healthier compared to when joints are not stressed. It's all about keeping the joints healthy in any part of the body. There's two things that are required to keep cartilage healthy: hips, knees, ankles, whatever. Is you need movement. Without movement, the joint dries up. And compression. You need to compress it. That's why astronauts go to space, they come back, they have to, when they're space, lift weights and put load on themselves, or else the cartilage and their bones and their muscles deteriorate. What they do, though, is studies, for example, population studies. For example, in China, they find for the same age, they have those who squat have less hip and knee arthritis than the ones who don't squat. But then there's so many other factors that could play. Diet plays a factor, stress plays a factor, sleep, genetics, all kinds of things play a factor. You can't say, oh, Chinese people, because they squat, they'd have that. But so it's really complicated. In fact, they did a study. This was a study done, scientific study, published in the Journal of Cardiology, going back to over 10 years ago now, where they looked at the risk of getting a heart attack and health. And they looked at people's blood pressure, triglycerides, cholesterol, and they also looked at their ability to sit on the floor and get back up. The highest predictor of health and morbidity or death was the inability to sit on the floor and get back up on their own, more than blood pressure and cholesterol and triglycerides.
Wow.
Figure that one.
Okay, I'm sold. I finally decided, what the hell? Why not give it a try? I've got nothing to lose but my subpar lymphatic health. So, I squatted. Surprisingly, I found it a lot harder than I expected. I couldn't even do it for 2 minutes. Humbled, I felt as if I had done a vigorous workout. Maybe all these shirtless men were right after all. Before I knew it, I was squatting everywhere. I was squatting at home. I was squatting at work. I was squatting in the park. Squatting was soon taking over my life. I watched more videos of men squatting, which only encouraged the algorithm to feed me even more squatting videos. I was stuck in a squatting feedback loop I couldn't break out of. I dove in deeper and found more data to support my new obsession. Many studies say that our bodies actually evolved to squat. And if you look at drawings or dioramas of Neanderthals, they ain't sitting in chairs, let me tell ya. And these weird YouTubers are far from the first to pioneer this idea. In many cultures from around the globe, squatting is as normal as sitting in a chair. A doctor of osteopathic medicine named Philip Beach has written about what he calls these archetypal postures, which he says we need in order to age gracefully. They also help you poop more gracefully. I'm willing to bet that most of you use a toilet, but evolutionarily, your body was meant to while squatting. Studies show that it causes more strain on your body to poop in a seated position than while squatting, which recently has led to a plethora of toilet squatting aids like the squatty potty, which are really just trying to recreate what we used to do thousands of years ago naturally. Squatting can also be a beneficial position for giving birth. One study found that women who gave birth while squatting had fewer perineal tears and required the use of forceps less often than women who gave birth while lying down. Despite all of this, squatting is not widely common in the US. I know that I personally would feel a little bit weird doing it in front of a bunch of strangers, but why is that? Dr. Jam actually has a theory. In another interview that he did, he said, "It's considered primitive and of low social status to squat somewhere. When we think of squatting, we think of a peasant in India or an African village tribesman or an unhygienic city floor. We think we've evolved past that, but really, we've devolved away from it." Our aversion to squatting seems to be rooted in some weird classist Victorian view, and to the detriment of our health. But thankfully, I've overcome all that. I'm free now. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on squatting and if this is something you do in your everyday life. If not, why don't you give it a try and let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, maybe even subscribe. Okay, I'll see you next time.